Welcome back, everyone, to I'm No Genius. As always, I'm Eli. I'm joined by my best friend in the entire world. He's the biggest guy that I know, and also the shortest guy that I know because he's half a man. It's Grant Sherman. Everybody, how you doing, buddy?
I'm actually not doing too well today. It's a sad day. We're in week 18 of the regular season for the NFL. So I watched the last Bengals game for what, like 8 months. I have to wait 8 months so I can watch him play again. It's a
Yeah,
sad day. We'll get Cam on here soon. He can talk about his Packers. He'll be stoked. But
yeah.
for the rest of us, we have to wait. So
Do have to wait a little bit. It's been a good season for the most part. A very competitive season. Not too many teams stood out as the clear front runner. So,
yeah.
I mean, Grant, how did the Bengals do today?
We we whooped the Browns, but they did sit most of their team because they're actually in the playoffs. But we finished with a winning record. Had a lot of injuries this year. Pretty pretty optimistic going into next year. We kind of messed up our draft position by winning today, but it is what it is. Finished with a winning record. Can't complain. It was a decent season.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think Michael Jordan said it best. You're there to win. You're not there to win. You're not there to play for draft picks or whatever. You can do whatever you want. I think Joel Embiid has taught us that trusting the process is not necessarily the way to go. You got to win at the end of the day.
Exactly.
I
Yep.
mean, was Joe Flacco playing the real Joe Shiesty?
Joe Flacco is not today. It's crazy. He got signed 4 weeks ago, and now he's so valuable. They want to sit him before a playoff game, which I mean, I completely get it. Dude's been balling, but yeah, they sat him along with most of their other good players. Um, so the Browns will be. They got the Texans in the first round, which
That's
I'm excited to watch.
gonna be a good matchup.
A
I
lot
mean,
of lot of conflicted Ohio fans.
yeah,
They got C.J. Stroud, but that'll be a fun matchup to watch.
yeah, I love watching CJ Stroud play. I loved watching him in college, and now he's tearing it up in Texas and everything. And now they got Joe Flacco, who within 4 weeks has become an Ohio legend. So
Yep.
it's a conflict of interest, really. Who do you root for? The guy who went to Ohio State, or the guy that beat up on your team for years, won a Super Bowl with the Ravens, and now is playing for your team, trying to lead you
Yep.
to a deep playoff run. So it's going to be interesting to see.
And I think if the Browns I'm pretty sure I might get this wrong. I haven't been paying a whole lot of attention to the playoffs because the Bengals aren't in it, but
Yeah,
I think if the Browns win, then the next round would be actually against the Ravens. So that'd be pretty cool if Flacco against his old team.
yeah.
Something to look out for. I am excited for the playoffs, even though the Bengals aren't in it. Um, Still gonna watch, still got my teams that I'm rooting for, but it just sucks. Last couple years gotten pretty accustomed to these Super Bowl runs and
Yep.
the season just didn't quite go our way, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, Ohio fans, they've taken a beating recently. The Bengals not making the playoffs, with injuries and everything. Ohio State losing to Missouri in the bowl game, and that was
Did we talk about that?
we never talked about it. I mean, like I'm trying to bury it in my mind. I never want to bring it up again, but let's use
That
this
was,
let's use this time to mourn the
yeah.
the Ohio State Buckeyes because like that was really exciting. It was, a couple days after Christmas, we had a gathering, we all had a watch party at Garrett's house and they could not score a touchdown.
It's terrible.
It was awful. Like,
Everyone wanted McCord out there the whole year,
yeah,
wanted him out of there, and then we get a new guy in. It was just so much worse.
a lot well, I mean, you know, we throw in Devin Brown after playing, a couple of, meaningless snaps all year and we think, okay, it's going to be tough, and then he gets injured. And it's just like,
Yeah.
shoot, we have to rely on our third string quarterback, and that's even worse.
Freshman. Yep.
Freshman never even played a down the entire season. So, and suffice to say, he was not exactly, Cardell Jones, third string quarterback coming in to lead us to a championship. But
While the offense was not good at all, the defense was definitely a bright spot for that game. They played very well.
yeah,
Aside from a couple big plays, they looked great the whole game. And there's actually a lot of guys returning on that defense. So I think they should be pretty solid next year.
Yeah. I mean, typically with Ohio State, if you hold the if we hold our opponents to like two touchdowns, we're winning that game. Usually by two or three touchdowns because we average like 35 points a game or something like that. But for whatever reason, we kicked a field goal and that was it. Like it was embarrassing.
Yeah. Yep.
But, I'm ready to put
You
that behind me.
yeah, did you see that we actually got a new transfer from Kansas State quarterback?
We did get a new transfer. I'm not
New
familiar with
quarterback coming in.
the details on it. We're not sure. I'm not familiar with his game, what he's done. So it's gonna be interesting.
He's all right. He's okay. I think a little bit better than what we had before. Don't expect a whole lot, but
Yeah.
I think he serviceable. Use that word.
I mean, I'll take serviceable as long as the group around him is good enough. Like if he just needs like if we just need to run like screen passes all game, then let's do that. Like we just got to get the ball into the hands of our talented wide receivers and let our skill players do the work. But
Hmm.
I mean, Ohio State in recent years we've been spoiled with extremely good quarterbacks and everything.
Very
Going from
spoiled.
Dwayne Haskins, Justin Fields, and then C.J. Stroud, who's now tearing it
We
up
had
in the
people
NFL.
that hated Stroud when he was there, and now he's destroying the NFL. He's doing great. Probably
Yeah,
rookie of the year.
yeah, he's probably the front runner for that. And I think his breakthrough game was like that one week he posted like 470 yards and like five touchdowns or something like that. And I think I was playing against who had him in our fantasy league. I think it was like Adam who had him in our fantasy league, and he put
I did. I think I don't know if I picked him up pretty late in the year. I don't know if someone had him at the point in the season that you're talking about, but I had him for a little bit.
I was playing against someone. It might not have been our league. It might have been a different league, but C.J. Stroud put up like 50 points against me, and it just killed my team. So yeah, but
It is what it is.
yeah,
Happens.
it is what it is. It happens, dude. But
It's another sad part about football being over is fantasy football is also over.
yeah,
No more checking the lineups every week, finding out what players to put in, players to take out. We have to wait a whole another 7, 8 months to do it all over again.
yeah. I mean, well, for you and me, I mean, I had 4 wins all year. You had three
Two,
wins, two
two.
wins. Okay, I was
Yeah.
gonna. You should have just went with it, dude. I was gonna give
I
you the
should have. I
benefit.
should have.
I was
Yeah.
gonna. I was gonna give you the benefit of the doubt, but for me and you, we've been checked out for a while. We knew we weren't gonna win. It's just kind of
Yeah.
like,
Well, I don't know. I was trying to take it pretty serious at the end. I didn't want to be in last place. This is
yeah,
my first ever last place finish, and it sucks. This fantasy season didn't even feel real.
yeah. I mean, every great franchise comes in last at some point, and
Yeah.
you just got to reevaluate and come back better next year. So.
Yep. Yep. We're tanking.
take, take it, getting those draft picks and everything. So,
Exactly.
yeah, that's exactly right. Well, Grant, this is so last episode was our first episode of 2024, but this is the first episode that we're actually recording in 2024,
Yes,
and
sir.
we discussed a lot. Not a lot, but we discussed a little bit about New Year, New Me in 2024,
Mm-hmm.
and how the gyms will be packed during
Yep.
the first 2 or 3 weeks of the new year. Then it'll kind of go back to normal. So, my question is, have you experienced any of that so far in the year?
I have not yet actually. I'm just completely avoiding going to Planet Fitness right now. So I've been working out at home, and then whenever I need like an actual rack, I'll go to the high school and work out there. Not looking forward to going back to OU and seeing what our rec center is going to be looking like. Have you? Have you been anywhere, experienced the crowds?
Uh, no, I haven't yet. I've also been avoiding, commercial gyms as of right now, and I haven't started to work out back on campus yet. But I have worked out. There's like this tiny little fitness center in my apartment complex, but it's like a treadmill and like dumbbells, and that's it. But I was just like, I got to
Yeah.
do something. I got to do something without having to wait, an hour and 45 minutes for a bench to open up. So,
Yeah.
but it's insane. Like, is so bench press obviously it's like the number one piece of equipment that has the longest line.
Hmm.
Like everybody wants to get, wants to have a big chest and everything. They want to, be able to rep a lot of weight on the bench, and it's
Looks
annoying.
cool.
It looks
Yeah.
cool and everything. It's just it's annoying though. Like,
Yeah. I agree. I'm definitely not looking forward to going back and experiencing the crowds and all the people hanging out at the equipment, not using it. But at the same time, if you're new to the gym and you want to get into it, we're not discouraging you from going. It's
yeah,
it's great for you. Hopefully you like it, but hopefully you actually are being productive in there.
yeah. So I'm just going to take this time to do a public service announcement to all the new people new to the gym in 2024. Go for it, dude. Get in the gym, better yourself, and do all that fun stuff. But like, don't go in there to one post your stuff on social media, because I guarantee you nobody cares as much as you do. And number two, don't go in there to try to be a fitness influencer right out of the gate. I talked about it last episode. I don't like a lot of wannabe fitness influencers, and this actually reminds me of a story. I was working out my freshman year at the RPAC, and I was on the squat rack, and if you know me, I hate doing legs and I hate squatting. So I was working out at this squat rack, and there's this guy across from me, and he sets like a plate on each side and everything, and I'm doing my workout. He's across from me, and every time I finished a set, I looked over, and he's just like hunched over the bar, like on his phone, like doing stuff, and I was just like, what? He's not working out. What's he doing and everything? And then he goes into his bag, and he pulls out like a tripod with like like the light ring around it and everything, because apparently the gym doesn't have enough natural light in it, so he needs his own light. And he sets up his phone and everything. He goes like, "So today, guys, we're going to be working legs today. We're going to be doing a lot of quads and a lot of calves." And you start to listen like parts of the body and everything. And then says, "Yeah, we're going to finish up with glutes and stuff like that. But I like to do a warm up to start out my day, so I'm going to do some squats to start out. You guys ready? Okay." And then he turns it off, and I'm just staring at him the entire time, and I'm just like, "Dude, stop this!" And he didn't stop it. He kept going. So
You guys get a lot of that at Ohio State? A lot of influencers with cameras and stuff?
yeah, I mean, they're mainly at the RPAC, which is like the biggest rec center on
Hmm.
campus,
Yeah.
and
I've been in there once with you. It's
yeah,
super nice, but it's massive and I feel like I'd get lost in there.
yeah, like you and I, we worked out there one time, and it's not easy to get to because you have to park in a parking garage, and then you have to walk like a quarter mile to the intersection of Annie and John Glenn Avenue, and then you walk in, and then you got to find there's like four stories to it and everything, so you have to find which floor has the equipment you want to use, and you got to go up and down to go between different pieces of equipment. So it's a
Mhm.
lot. It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah. We surprisingly don't have that many influencers at OU. We only have usually a couple people who actually like carry around the tripods and like record their stuff. But um the people who do, like I would actually listen to because they're like in good shape, they're big, but we don't really experience a lot of that of just like people setting up cameras and talking into them in between their sets. I don't know
Yeah,
how I'd react to that. I mean, I'd probably just look away.
yeah, and yeah, like that's what I do too. I'm not really concerned with what they're doing. I'm trying to just focus on me and everything. But it is a bit annoying because like they set up their tripod in like walk areas and everything, and like they've got like a bunch of just weights kind of like hoarded around
Hmm.
around their station, because that's where they're working the entire day, and it's a little it's a little inconsiderate of the other gym goers and everything. People
Yeah.
that they work in silence. They want to, just they want to get a good workout in, and you're kind of preventing that a little bit. But there's a fine line between people who are actually being helpful, people who are actually like making good stuff to post, and other people who just want a little bit of
Want the
attention.
attention,
Yeah,
want the likes. Yep, absolutely.
want the likes, man. We talked about fitness influencers a lot. We talked about Sam Solek, who
Hmm.
like
It's a
Sam
great
so-
one.
Sam Solek's such a great one, but like he's like the most socially awkward fitness influencer in the world because there are like
Absolutely.
entire YouTube compilations of him like just talking to himself, and
Hmm.
then some like he's like, yeah, you know, we uh we wanted to get a good pump on that one, and I'm trying to get the cut going right now. And then like some other guy, he pulls up his headphones and he's just like, "What'd you say?" He goes like, "Not talking to you, buddy."
He has no problem talking to himself. It's only when other people come up that's when he gets like all jittery and stuff.
Yeah, which like I mean, I've been caught talking to myself a bunch of times, and
Hmm.
I act in a similar way. It's just like, sorry, not talking to you, But I've never talked to myself in a gym before,
I can't say I've done that either. I
public
might
gym. So
I might start singing or something a little bit, humming to the music, but I'm not actually gonna start talking to myself.
yeah. Well, Grant, it's new year, new me, and everything.
Right.
Getting back into the gym and everything. You got any resolutions that involve your gym work or maybe fitness journey you going on this year?
Just gonna start running again. I do cardio after every workout, but it's just kind of like hop on the bike for 10 minutes. Um, but over Christmas break, I've put on a little bit of weight. So
As have I. As
yeah,
have
I
I.
know
As have I.
most people have. So I think I'm gonna start running again. Um, and I got this new water jug. Make myself drink more water.
There you go.
Those were pretty much my two gym resolutions to work on throughout the beginning part of this year.
Yeah. I myself, I've gained a lot of weight during over this past semester. Really, I've gained a lot of weight just because I haven't been in the gym as frequently as I used to, and I've been eating just whatever I want. So,
You've been
uh,
busy.
I've been busy, but not not in a good, not busy enough for me to just not have time for the gym. Because like who doesn't have like an hour a day just to go to the gym? Like I mean, there's 24
Hmm.
hours in a day. Sacrifice an hour. I sound like David Goggins. Sacrifice an hour of sleep. Get yourself up in the morning. What are you doing? Like stuff like that. But yeah, I put on a little bit of weight, and we're going to. This is an exclusive for all the I'm No Genius listeners out there. We're going to Destin for spring break, and
Uh,
yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. And I want to look good for the Instagram, so
have to.
gotta get some semblance of abs back. I never really had them before, but
It
still
will
trying.
be here by spring break.
Yeah, I'm willing
Yeah,
to. Yeah, I'm willing to put bet on myself a little bit. I'm current. Yeah, I want to lose. I'm not going to tell you how much I weigh because it's a little embarrassing, but I want to lose. I want to. I want to lose like 30 pounds. So in
there you go.
in 3 months, so that's 10
Three
pounds a month.
months. Hey, I mean, just diet and cardio. I think you got it.
Yeah, yeah, and I see like these crazy fitness like weight loss journeys for like celebrities and stuff like that. Like Chris Pratt, like when he was going from like Parks and Recreation to like
He looks
Guardians
like
of
a completely different person. Yeah,
yeah,
that
like
one is crazy.
he said he was like 275 or something, and he lost like 60 pounds
Hmm.
to be in Guardians of the Galaxy, and I'm just like, maybe I could do something like that. And then I looked up how he did it, and he basically starved himself. So I was like,
Hmm.
well, I don't know if I can do that. Like probably got to try something different. But
I'm sure you've seen Christian Bale, his weight transformations in all of his movies.
so
It's insane.
Christian Bale has all of my respect as an actor. He's the one of the most talented actors ever. He's so into his roles. But as like a guy who can control his body weight, he has even more respect. Like because let's see, like in American Psycho, he's built like a Greek god. Like he
Hmm.
looks amazing. And then in Batman Begins, he like
Same with
got
Batman.
he got massive for that. He
Yeah.
like be bulked up a ton, and then he loses a bunch of weight for a couple of his roles. One of them is the fighter, and then he just
I
gets
couldn't.
fat for roles
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So
Very, very impressive, very dedicated to his roles. Gotta respect
yeah,
it.
yeah, and it's it is funny. Like uh, Tristan McDaniel, he like I used to work out at the field house a lot last year, and I would run into him a lot, and we would just talk about like Christian Bale like a lot, like
Hmm.
just like random stuff about Christian Bale. and he goes like, "Yeah, you ever seen Christian Bale's movie The Machinist?" And I was like, "I've never seen that." He goes like, "Dude, he loses like 120 pounds to be like this like really skinny guy," and I was like,
I
"That's
couldn't remember the name of it, but that yeah, that's the one where he gets super skinny. He went from I think that one was like right after one of the Batman movies, and he lost like all the muscle. Or I don't know. I might be getting the timeline mixed up, but
yeah,
he was extremely skinny for that role, and then put on the weight again like it was nothing.
yeah." I mean, like, I wish I could do that, man. I don't know how to. Well, I mean, I probably can do it, but I don't know how to do it that fast. Like
Yeah,
he's doing this in a matter of months and everything. And I'm just like,
I'm sure being rich and having all these other people to help give you uh tips on how to achieve that helps, but still, it can't be easy.
it can't be easy, man. But that does remind me, like, I'm a big nerd. I love comic books, and I love specifically, I love the Batman movies. And I recently played all of the Batman Arkham games. So like Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Knight. I don't know if you played those games, but basically, the games feature a Batman who's like 6'4" and absolutely yoked. Like
Hmm.
he's like a massive human being and everything. And I in my mind I'm thinking like, dude, I'm 6'4". Why can't I look like that and everything? Just like hard work, dedication, not sleeping at night, and also prowling the streets of Gotham. I feel like I could be as fit as Batman is in those games
Yep. By spring break,
by spring break. You know, like
by spring break, you'll
I'll
be there.
I'll set a deadline. Yeah, I'm not afraid to do that, but I'm still in search of the Batman physique and everything. He's got like, 25-inch biceps while having like, a 16-inch waist and everything. So it's like it's very, very particular and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of talk recently of like who the new Batman is going to be, after Robert Pattinson and stuff like. I mean,
Hmm.
like
I
like
think
Rob,
he has a few more movies in him, doesn't he?
Yeah, Robert
You think?
Pattinson, he just signed on to do like three movies, like
Hmm.
three of his own Batman movies, and people are already talking about like who's going to be the next Batman after him, or like who's going to be the Batman in like the DC universe, like not just the Batman movies, but like uh people have said, that one guy from it's a TV show Reacher, um this
Okay, yeah. I don't know. I know who you're talking about. I've never actually watched that show. I just see it pop up on TikTok from time to time.
yeah, his name's Alan Richson.
Yeah.
Huge, mass. He's like 6'3", massive guy and everything. People are saying they want him to play Batman. Other people are saying like give Ben Affleck another chance and everything. And I'm just like, dude, I just want a Batman who is scary.
Yeah.
I want a Batman who strikes fear into the hearts of uh, criminals and also has a cool, Bruce Wayne character because like Robert Pattinson, he was good as Batman, but
Hmm.
his Bruce Wayne was a little emo, you know.
I agree. I was gonna say that. I watched that Batman movie a little bit later than everyone else did. I don't know why. I just didn't really get around to it, but I definitely liked his Batman more than yeah, I'd probably say more than Christian Bale's.
Okay,
But as for like the actual Bruce Wayne, I'd have to give it to Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. I mean, I feel like Christian Bale's the most solid Batman out of all of them. Like just all
Hmm.
around, like his Batman and
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne, they're both just like really, really solid and everything. I mean,
Hmm.
there's better Batman, there's better Bruce Waynes and everything, but Christian Bale's got as close to the best of both worlds that anybody's gotten. So,
Absolutely.
but yeah,
Aren't they just cast a new Superman too, didn't they?
yeah, like around 6 months ago, they casted this dude named David Corn Sweat, and
Uh,
he hasn't done a lot of high profile stuff, but he's like 6'4", and he's brown hair, blue eyes, and he looks like Superman. So I mean, it's hard to complain about
right.
that. And he recently did a press conference for like I don't know some other movie that he was doing, and he looks a lot like Henry Cavill now. Like
Really?
he put on a lot of muscle mass, dude.
What happened to Cavill? Did he just get too old or he didn't
I
want
mean,
to anymore?
I mean, Cavill, like he said he wanted to, and it was last year around the time Black Adam came out, and
Hmm.
he was saying like, yeah, I want to keep doing these movies. These movies are a lot of fun. I love Superman, and I want to keep doing this. And then you know DC hires James Gunn to be the new uh, you know guy, the new president, I guess, to make the movies and stuff like that. And
Hmm.
James Gunn says, "No, we're going to recast you. I'm sorry." And it stinks because Cavill, he looks like a really good Superman,
I
but
say I thought he was a great Superman.
yeah, I mean, like his movies weren't great, but he himself, he was a good Superman. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, but like, I mean, David
So are
Corn,
they're completely redoing everything in the DC universe or whatever?
that's what it's looking like right now. But like, there's a lot of uncertainty there because Jason Momoa, who plays Aquaman, he's saying like, oh yeah, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna play Aquaman again. And like,
Hmm.
some people are saying that like Gal Gadot is gonna come back and play Wonder Woman, and it's just like, why would you recast Superman but keep everybody else? It doesn't make a lot of
Yeah.
sense. But that I don't know. It's all speculation at this point. So like, I mean, Superman is the only guy that they've recasted so far, but we'll see what happens.
Interesting.
It is interesting, and I mean, I know we haven't talked about this in a while because it's been on a decline as of recently. But the Marvel universe, the Marvel movies,
Mm,
uh, it 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 hasn't been a great couple of years for them.
has not. Do they have anything? What was like their most recent good movie that came out? Guardians of the Galaxy 3?
Yeah, I think so. I don't even remember the movies that came out in 2023.
That's what I was saying. I couldn't like even think of the ones that came out this year.
I think
Or
so.
I don't even know what they have coming up. Like there's nothing even
I,
I'm
I
super excited about.
I do know they have Deadpool 3 coming up.
Oh yeah, that's true. Is that
That
is that this year?
it should be. I think it's late this year. I think it's like November or something. So
Okay.
that should be if if it's just Ryan Reynolds doing his thing, that should be good. I'm hyped for that.
Yep.
Marvel, do not mess this up. So we'll see what happens, but
Just let him cook.
let him cook. I mean, Deadpool. Like, I think it's like people are asking, like, when's Deadpool gonna join the universe? When's Deadpool gonna interact with all these heroes and everything? And I'm just like, dude, let Deadpool just do his own thing. I mean, his movies made like $2 billion collectively, and they didn't. He didn't even need any other heroes with him. So just let him do his thing. Like,
So he's a part of like the MCU because I never knew if he was or not, or I didn't know if he was like Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, if it was like a completely different thing.
yeah, I don't know, but ladies and gentlemen, we have a new guy joining us. It's Primi Remy 35. How you doing, buddy?
I'm so terribly sorry it took so long.
What? Where were you, buddy? Tell us what you were doing.
You really want to know what I was doing?
I would love to
Do
know what
you
you were doing.
really want to know?
I do.
Well, boys, I was celebrating. You know why I was celebrating? Because the future is now.
The
I
future is
don't
now.
know. I don't know if you guys recall, but a couple weeks back, not even weeks, a couple months. Actually, it was the summertime. I was walking around, people were saying, "Cam, you're a Packers fan." And I said, "Yeah, die hard, actually. Love the Packers." They said, "Jordan Love, he's been on the Packers for 4 years. This is his first year starting. You believe in him?" I said, "Do I believe in him?" Jordan Love's the future. That's what I was telling people. I took a poll when I was in Athens, Ohio. 20 people said he was in the future. I didn't go to bed until I got 21 people saying he was the future.
Took a while.
Took a long time. Guess what? Packers in the playoffs. I don't know if you remember this last year. The Packers were in the exact same situation. Aaron Rodgers just had to beat the Lions. The Lions, same old Lions. Had to beat the Lions in week 18 to go to the playoffs. Guess what he couldn't do?
He couldn't
Win.
beat the Lions to go
He
to the
couldn't beat the
playoffs.
Lions to go to the playoffs. Jordan Love had to beat the Bears. Fierce rivals. Bears, Packers, no love lost. Hate each other. Throw out the record books. You never know what's going to happen when these two teams play. Jordan Love beat the Bears today. We're going to the playoffs. We play the Cowboys. Cowboys are a good team. Jordan Love's amazing. That's where I was. But
Yep.
actually, I was at home because my mom's home alone and she said she was scared, and I'm a mama's boy.
You,
It's
your mom,
understandable.
your mom
Yeah.
was your mom was home alone and she was scared.
Yeah. It's dark.
It is dark, but
Duh.
the house is not.
No. Still, you don't get scared when you're home alone. You don't hear the creaks and the cracks and the walls and the floor. You get scared.
No,
Oh, just me. All right. Well,
just just
I
you.
get it. I must get it from my mom.
Yeah, there you go, dude. I mean, Cam, Packers, they won. How satisfied are you with their season overall? I mean, obviously it ended in triumph, but there were some highs and lows, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, the start of the season, I was my drink of choice was bleach. Wasn't very pleased with what they were doing. But hey,
Weren't you out on Jordan Love at one point at the
I
beginning
wasn't
of the
out.
year? You weren't out?
No, never
Okay.
down, not out.
Down.
Down.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Down
yeah.
but not out.
He there was times he looked rough. It looked rough, but hey, it's his first year. First year as a starter. And those growing pains, we're the youngest team in the NFL. We got a bunch of nobody receivers who everybody's gonna know here real soon. And I don't know if you guys know this, but the last time the Packers won the Super Bowl, when I became a Green Bay fan, they were the
Hmm.
seventh seed. Guess
Mm.
what? Guess what seed we just got?
Which one?
25. Seven. We got the seventh seed.
That was 52 actually.
Either way, we got
Yes,
it.
okay. Seventh seed. So
So
you
you
get
have the Cowboys first round.
We made the playoffs.
Okay.
made
You're
the
going
play
to
made the
Jerry's
playoffs.
world.
We made the playoffs.
Made the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's like
What's the confidence level that you will be advancing to play? What would it be? The
We're
Lions?
in the playoffs. Um, this was a rebuilding year. And to make the playoffs in a rebuilding year is exceptional. I still think Joe Barry needs fired, but we made the playoffs.
made the playoffs. Cam, you
Any more
sound like
questions?
you sound like Bill Belichick a little bit, and a lot of reporters at one of the most recent press conferences. Actually, not recent; it was a couple of weeks ago. They were asking him, "Coach, after this season, how likely are you to see yourself back in the driver's
Hmm.
seat next season?" He goes, we're getting ready for the next week. So we're getting ready for next week. Coach, how likely is it that your team will make a late surge at the end of the season? We're getting ready for the next week. So
Yeah,
it's that's all we're worried about right now.
that was good. That was a good Belichick impression.
Thank you.
It's
I
great.
Listen, the Cowboys are really good, but they've also been waxed by the Niners. The Niners are really good, but Jordan Love looked good today. Wicks looked good today. Dontavian, fire name by the way. Um,
Have a bunch of
oh,
Madden. I texted Cam this in the middle of the game. I had no idea who any of the Packers receivers are.
Yeah,
They just all
Melton,
sounded like
dog.
Madden generated
Jaden
players.
yeah,
Reed, dog. If Christian Watson ever gets healthy, he'd help.
yeah.
Romeo Dobbs, dog. We got Luke Musgraves, the tight end back, dog. It'll be a good game. If our defense shows up, it'll be a good game. If our defense doesn't show up, we made the playoffs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. I mean, Cam, I have to agree with Grant. These sound like, like in those classic like teams on NBA 2K, like where like the
Yeah,
last four names are like John Brown, John Smith, John Johnson, and then John Charles or something like
yeah,
that. These are just random people to me. I don't think these people are real.
they are, but they're young. They're little babies, and they're going to grow into beautiful butterflies. And you're going to want a Dontavian Wicks jersey.
I don't know if I will,
Oh, you will.
but
I promise you, you
like
will.
okay. Oh, jeez. Well, Cam.
So what I missed for the first 30 minutes?
Well, we
We
talked. Yeah,
talked about football, talked about how depressing it was that it's over for most of us. We said we'll let you
Yeah,
talk and we'll get
we
on
well we
here.
we made the playoffs.
Yeah, you're still going. We're done.
yeah.
And then we talked a little bit of Marvel, a little bit of DC Universe, and then you hopped on.
Fire, fire,
Well, we
fire.
we talked a lot about 2024 and commercial gyms, fitness. I mean, there's going to
Yeah.
be it's going to be a sea of humanity at commercial gyms.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just wondering if I know you at as an OCU special NAIA basketball player, you guys have a lot of great facilities down there in the Ville. Like
Superb.
have you experienced any of this surge in people arriving at the gym during the new year?
I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. if I were to take my shirt off right now, you would say, "Oh, he's not an athlete." So I haven't been in the gym quite a lot, really. Um, I don't look great. I don't feel great. And but you know what? This is what I was telling um Devin. And he's a gym nut, loves to work out. At the end of November, I was like, look, it's the holidays. There's a lot of food that's gonna come my way. And I'm very bad at saying no to food. And you know what bears do when the winter comes? They just
They,
eat and
yeah,
eat and eat and they hibernate. So that was hibernation season. Springtime is upon us, kind of metaphorically.
Getting there.
So now I need to come out of the den and go into the den that is the gym.
yeah. Trade in one den for another.
Mhm, mhm. So
That,
hopefully I do that. I plan on doing that. But
yeah.
also, um, I go to the Y in Circleville just because I mean we have weights here, but it's just all free weights. So I go to the
No,
Y.
don't insult OCU's
Oh, I'm
facilities.
not at
They
all. I'm not at all.
top notch.
They are. They are. In the shape that I'm in, I don't feel worthy to to build myself up in there. So I go to where everyone else goes at the Y, and they just up the prices on me. So I better see some big improvements in there. I did go the other day. New med balls,
There we go.
cool. I used them in my workout because they were new. Um, that's all I got. That's
Yeah,
that's the only improvement I saw. So maybe I'll see some things sprinkled in. Um,
It's a slow
yeah,
process. They're
yeah.
slowly adding to it. Maybe by the summer.
it's all right.
I
Rebuilding year at the Y.
right.
Yeah.
I think Cam is the only like customer at the Y. He's solely driving their profits as of right now.
No,
So
no, no,
so
no,
he no
no.
he's paying $600 a month in
You don't
membership to the
understand.
Y.
You don't understand the amount of social security that is paid into the Y because of all the blue hairs that walk around that track. And they
Yeah.
cruise. They own that Y.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's funny. But like, yeah, Cam, we were talking about fitness and everything, and how gyms are going to be packed, and how me and Grant we're on fitness journeys during the spring, during the new year. Cam, are you
Definitely
on?
put on some weight.
Yeah, we've put on some weight a little bit. Cam, you talked about how you're not in the best shape right now.
I look disgusting. And it's not just the mustache and whatever the hell this is. I look terrible. I mean, I look like a Monchichi. My hair's growing out. I haven't got a haircut in probably 2 months. When I do get a haircut, I got to get it changed so I don't look like I just applied to the Marines. Um, yeah, we're a lot of stuff's going to change for C Prim this year. I don't know if it's going to be good or bad. A lot of stuff's going to change.
We'll
Um,
see.
and I'm excited for you guys to be along on the journey. Um, I just came. I have an online class that starts tomorrow. This really has nothing to do with the conversation. I just have to get it out because it's stressing me out. Not ready to get back into school mode. I was looking at the syllabus, looking at everything I have to do. 15-week
Oh.
class, all online. Don't want to do it.
Yeah, I feel you,
Do
dude.
both your guys' classes start tomorrow?
Mine's
Eli?
mine start on Tuesday.
Okay.
I don't have in-person classes till Wednesday. This is just an online class, but those scare me more than in-person classes do.
Why
Yeah.
why do online classes scare you more than in persons do?
Because like I know I mean, I imagine it's different for you guys at bigger schools, but like an in-person class here, I can talk to my professor regular, like just after class, go up and talk to him. So if I miss something, they'd be like, "Hey, keep an eye out for this." Online, I got to be boots on the ground, locked in everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it's definitely different at OSU and everything. I mean, like from class to class, you could have like 30 students in one class, or you could have like 300 students in one class. So
Yeah,
there's a wide range of professors who actually care about you. I had a professor last semester who taught me sports journalism. She was like the best professor I've ever had. She was very caring towards us. She was very attentive. She made sure we were caught up on our assignments and stuff like that. And then I have other professors that just do not care at all.
yeah.
So they're paid to be there because I actually don't know why they're paid to be
Mm-hmm.
there. So
Higher ed. That that's the only reason they usually give.
I guess, but
Which
like
I don't know what that means. Cool. I don't want to go back to school.
Yeah, and like I asked my parents like why do they pay professors so much money if they don't even teach? Like the TAs do all the work and stuff like that. And they're just like, "Well, most professors they get paid because they're conducting research at the university and everything." And I was just like, "I'm a communications major. What research are they conducting?"
Talking to you.
Talking to
They're
not talking to
communicating.
us. They're not communicating. They're seeing how long until our students go insane and just revolt on the whole system.
That is a good point. Can you imagine like being in Indiana Jones's class? It's like, oh, what are you working on right now? Oh, I'm just gonna go fight the Nazis and steal a ghost box.
Dude, I
Oh, cool. Awesome. I
that's
can't wait to read that one.
that's such a good point. Being a student in Indiana Jones's class, and he just disappears for 6 weeks at a time to go to Bolivia to find like this lost artifact and bring it
Yeah.
back. Like, and is it really ethical what he's doing? He's like taking like these artifacts from like ancient burial grounds and saying
Hmm.
it belongs in a museum. Just like
Just stealing them.
he's just stealing these artifacts and everything.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, I don't know. Like you have like the right idea, but bad
Or
execution,
he
dude.
comes back, he's sitting at his desk like, Dr. Jones, are you okay? He's like, you're not gonna have to believe this. Aliens are real. What? This
I
big ass
wanted to
crystal skull.
Yeah,
I wanted to mention this while we were still talking about college and college classes. Eli is starting his last semester of college.
yeah.
One more left. How we feeling? Excited? Sad?
Do a little anxious, I'm getting out there into the real world. I'm ready to be done with school and for the rest of my life, essentially, unless I go back and get a master's. But that's not going to be like school. It'll be easy, from what I can see. Uh, and I'm ready to get a job. I'm ready to get a real person job. Be a real adult and everything. But the only problem is no one will hire me. So
Nice.
so
Nice.
apparently there's a lot of people that graduate with a communications degree from Ohio State University. So uh, we will see what happens.
Nah, it's all gonna work out.
Yeah,
Just
Podcast will
and
take
all
off soon.
yeah.
yeah,
Listen, we're going to the moon. It's a new year.
we're going.
Same us. So we're already
Yeah,
massively successful.
already
We'll be just fine.
we'll be just fine.
You'll be just fine. You're gonna get a job. Easy peasy. You're gonna be the next Jim Ganol without the type two, and everything's gonna be great.
Yeah, definitely don't want type two, dude.
No,
Don't want it. Not
no.
gonna happen. But yeah, I mean, I'm trying to look for jobs and everything. I mean, I told you guys like I applied to like 30 jobs like a month ago and everything. I have already received 25 no's. Just like I keep
Just need
getting
that one.
I get these emails, dude. Like I applied to all the stations around Columbus and stuff like that, and I'm just like, hey, I'm really interested in your job. I'll start wherever you want me to. Just as long as I finish on top. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like that's my
Sure.
slogan. That's my slogan. Uh, it's on my resume. It says Eli Burgett. I'll start wherever, but I finish on top.
Oh, okay. That
Yeah,
works.
that works. Yeah. But like, yeah, I applied to a bunch of these jobs, and like, they send me like the same like automated email. They're just like, thank you for your interest and everything, but after careful review of your application, we have decided to not move forward with your application and everything. And I'm just like, why? For whatever for? And it's just I read on and they say there's a lot of qualified candidates applying to our position.
Hmm.
And I was just like, well, first off, I know that's a lie because I looked on LinkedIn. There's only 9 applicants. That's why I applied for this job. So you're saying that I'm not in the top 9? Like
That's tough.
that's
What if
tough,
you
dude.
respond back with like a nasty email, and then it's like in the movies, like, you know what, kid, I like your moxie. We need something like that around here, and they hire
Yeah,
you. You're
yeah.
hired.
I love your honesty. Good
No one's
answer.
ever said that to me, and no one's ever stuck up to me like that. You're
No one
hired.
is no one has ever been that disrespectful to me in my entire career, in
Yeah.
my 25 years in this industry. When can you start? Just like so like
Exactly.
just
It's worth
like
a shot.
it might be like my best way in and everything. Like I usually like, whenever I come into like a job interview, which by the way, I don't want to brag, but every job interview I've ever had, they offered me the job. I'm just
Whoa. Well,
I'm
that maybe
just
that's your issue. You just
Pretty
haven't got the
talented.
interview.
I
You just need one interview.
I
Like Grant
just
said, you just need
dude,
one.
I
Just need one.
I just know I'm just going to warn them ahead of time. look, you bring me in for an interview, that job will be mine to turn down. So,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
proceed with caution, okay? But yeah, just need that one job interview. So like, yeah, uh, ABC 6, NBC 4, 10 TV, ESPN, Fox
Call him out.
Sports, Big Ten. If you're
Yep.
watching this, and we
Let
know
them
you
know.
are, because this show is watched by everybody,
Everyone.
hire me because I would like to start making money to do something like this.
You know what you should do? You should take what's his name? He looks like a gay George Clooney. He is gay, but he's like the moderator for all the Real Housewives.
I was gonna say,
Cohen?
oh,
Cohen something? Andy Cohen.
Andy
Yeah.
Cohen. Yep.
You should be Andy Cohen without being gay. I mean, I don't care if you are, without the gay, if you want.
Without the
Mm,
gay. So,
But you should be, it's up to you. Whatever suits you best.
yes.
You should be the next Andy Cohen. You should just moderate all these divas, and Eli's just sitting there like, you know what, you got a point, Stephanie.
Yeah. Like Lashana, you have feelings, obviously. And why do you think that Tiafana is disrespecting you on the regular
Yeah.
and stuff like that? And I'll be the perfect instigator because I'll pretend to be everybody's friend, but
hmm
like in secret I'll just be stirring the pot the
hmm
entire time because that's how these reality shows make money.
And then
But
as the cat fights go on, you moderate it like it's a basketball game, like you're calling a game.
oh dude, yeah. Like I would totally do if that was a job, I would do that.
Yeah, that'd be fire.
That would be awesome. But
I
like
could see that.
it's funny that you mentioned Andy Cohen. Like him and Anderson Cooper, they always have
Yeah,
like
both gay.
both gay, yes. They always have like they always host like the New Year's like for like NBC and stuff like that. So like
Yeah.
I don't know who this is. I had no idea who Andy Cohen
Look up
was.
Andy Cohen. I'm sure you'd recognize him.
Well, yeah, he said New Year's Eve, and I
Okay.
remembered, but
yeah, like but like they always host the New Year's Eve party for NBC and stuff like that. And every year it's just like a contest to see how much they can drink before making a fool of themselves on live TV. So
Nice.
like
didn't they?
yeah,
They cut them off last year.
yeah, they cut because they got too hammered.
They
Everyone
do
was
that every
pissed.
year.
They do it every
Yeah,
year.
I didn't know that.
Every
That's crazy.
it's funny. Like, the pair of them, like, I mean, they're both like, I mean, Andy Cohen's like a reality show like
hmm
host and like, a talk show moderator. And then there's Anderson Cooper who's like an actual like news anchor.
Like buttoned up news.
Like a very like, well put together person and he's getting hammered with Andy Cohen on live TV.
That
So,
is fun. That's cool.
yeah. Which by the way, how was I didn't ask you guys, how was your New Year's?
You're just gonna
great.
assume that we just got bundled on New Year's Eve and they cut us from the live air?
I mean, I thought I'd ask.
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Um, it was
We had
good.
fun, a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
I I would like to make a quick shout out here. Shout out Brooklyn Baldwin for she made these little like I think she just cut up a baguette and then put cream cheese and a cucumber and everything bagel seasoning on it. It was so good for no reason. She was like,
Yeah.
we went to her apartment. She was like, I have these if you want them. I was like, oh, I'll take 700 and just hammered them.
Cam, like I don't know if you've seen Parks and Recreation, but
Mhm,
there's a scene where Ron Swanson, who's like one of the best characters in the show,
mhm.
he gets invited to a party, and he says, "It says here that I have to bring a dish. Does is if I were to bring some deviled eggs, could I store them in your fridge, but only for me to consume? Would that be appropriate for this gathering?" And like the guy said yes and stuff like that. So like I feel like that's you. I feel like you're the guy to bring, you know, food to a party, but just for yourself.
See, I wouldn't say I'm that far, but your 2 for 2 on impressions. That was a good Ron
Oh,
Swanson impression.
thank you.
Um, I wouldn't say I go that far, but I definitely like hoard food and I'm very like
Territorial.
territorial,
Ter-
territorial. And so, like an example, this happened just yesterday and today. It happens almost every day. So we had Chipotle order before a game, and the order was running behind. So like some guys just didn't eat for the game because they didn't want to eat Chipotle and then go play. I
What's
ate
wrong?
mine,
What's wrong with
obviously.
that? I did that all the time in high school.
It I don't know. Some guys are different. And Jimmy, if Jimmy eats anything, thinks he has like Ebola, like his stomach just erodes. So I went and picked up Jimmy's Chipotle for him. I was like, I'll just put it in the fridge. And then I was like, should I tell him what's in there? Or should I let him know what's in there for after the game if he's hungry or not? I was like, yes, you should. You should not eat your roommate's food. So I told him. And then today I was like, hey, by the way, that Chipotle's in the fridge, but like if you don't want it, don't worry about it. Like I'll make sure it disappears. I'll eat it. And then tonight he goes, hey, that Chipotle's still in the fridge. I was like, oh man, I'm so stuffed. I'm gonna eat it as soon as we get off of this. And then today I was home and coach is like, if anyone's on campus, meet Coach Kevin at Panda Express and he'll get you dinner. I was this close to texting Jimmy, hey, I'm eating at the house tonight, but if you want to get me a plate with orange chicken and something else, no problem. I'll eat that when it's there. But I didn't. And I stopped myself. I restrained. It was hard,
Self-control.
but I restrained.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure we've mentioned it before on this podcast, but anytime that we go out to eat as a friend group, we never have to worry about getting boxes if we have leftovers, as long as we have Cam with us, because he'll just pick a
Another
little bit of
example.
everything from
Another
everyone's plate.
example. After the game last night, I go with my grandparents to City Barbecue. They each get a brisket sandwich. It's a sandwich for one person. I'm looking at the menu. Oh, what do I want? It all looks good. I think I'll get the city sampler. That serves two people. Ate the whole thing. It was like turkey, sausage, brisket, pulled pork, two pieces of Texas toast. Ate all that. Came with two sides: corn pudding, mac and cheese. Gone. Papo didn't eat his baked beans or coleslaw. Guess who did? Me. I get back to the room. Jimmy went to B-Dubs with his family. He's got a whole box, and not just his wings left over, but his two sisters and his little brother. There's probably 15 wings in there. I just got back from City Barbecue. I was still burping up the swine wine sauce there, right? I'm sitting there just hammering Asian zing, mild, medium, hot. I was like, oh, I don't need any of this. This hurts so bad. Oh, I have an issue.
Yeah.
And that's what 2024 is for. I'm gonna actually I'm not even gonna commit to anything. I've done this my entire life.
Yeah. Cam, I mean, I don't want to bring this up so late in the game, but I think you might have an eating disorder, dude.
It's so bad.
He just likes food.
Oh my God.
I know you like food, but like there are so many examples. I can literally, we've got the documents to prove, we've got the videos to prove it. We've made clips of just you talking about food, and I could make an entire playlist of just you talking about how much food you consume. And the only thing that makes me mad is that you don't gain any weight, any visible weight from the outside. You're
But
still
I'm going
skinny.
to. Eventually, I'm going to it. It's going to be a nightmare. A
It's gonna
nightmare.
be scary when basketball stops. No more running.
I'm gonna
All
have to
right.
shrink my stomach. Like I'm gonna have to take it in a month where I eat normal person size portions and like shrink my stomach so I'm not hungry all the time. I'm gonna have to see a hypnotist do some like now you see me type stuff to me so I'm not tempted. I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's gonna
Yeah.
be bad. And it's not that I'm hungry all the time. I am, but it's because I've trained myself to just eat so much. I just hate seeing food go to waste because my dad was always like, "Oh, if you don't eat it now, you're gonna have to eat it later." Well, I don't want to eat it later, and I'm not gonna waste any food on the table. So I'd eat it, and then now I'm just trained. If something's left on the table, it's a sin, and it's got to be gone. I got to eat it all.
It's a sin if it's left on the table. My goodness, those are words to live by, right there.
I'm gonna have to cut my tongue out.
Yeah.
I'll do this. I'll do the podcast in sign language.
Cutting your tongue out is not gonna like quench your thirst or like quench your stomach.
I won't
Like
taste anything. I will say I, um, the one time I didn't have a desire to eat was when I got COVID. Couldn't taste or smell anything. So it just took all the joy out of eating, and I didn't eat. Lost probably 10 pounds. It was incredible.
it was incredible. All it took
Uh,
was a serious pandemic to make you lose weight.
but like I've never been like truly depressed. I was genuinely depressed. Like I hated everything. Mom was like, "Why are you so mopey?" You can't eat anything.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Do you remember back in high school? It was like my junior year or something. My parents they decided that they were going to go like on this low carb or like no carb diet and everything. And
Okay.
I was thinking like, you know what? I feel like I'm a little overweight right now. I'm going to try and go on this diet too. So, I did it for about a week and I was the most grumpy, most like unhappy person I have
Yeah.
ever been in my entire life. And I didn't realize that like carbohydrates they like give you like energy.
Hmm.
Did not know that.
Hmm.
and and I was walking around school just like like low energy all the time, just mad at the world really. I was so upset. But then I did it for like 5 days and then like on the sixth day I ate a dozen Krispy Kremes
No.
and
There you go.
I
No.
felt so much better. Like
Like
I
that.
felt
The amount of relief you got.
Replenished.
yeah, dude, it reminds me of that uh don't don't make fun of my mom when I say this, but do you remember like the boxer Patty? Like Patty what's his name?
Patty the Batty, the
Patty
Patty
UFC
Pimblett?
guy. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, like
Yeah.
the Irish
Yeah.
box
Yeah.
like or UFC fighter or
Yeah. Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
He was like doing like a post fight interview or something like that, and they said or like maybe it was like a pre-fight because he was talking about how his workout regimen has changed since he's going up against this new guy. But like he says oh, I don't miss having the abs, that's for sure, and stuff like that. And he goes like, well, like a lot of professional looking, UFC fighters, they have, great physiques and everything. He says, no, not me. I'd rather be fat and happy. So,
Yeah.
so
He
I
lets
think,
himself go after all the fights,
If
and
you
it's so awesome to see. He's like
yeah,
chiseled for these fights, and then 2 weeks later, he's just got like rolls, and he's like,
yeah,
I don't know, he just looks happy.
he looks happy, dude.
he's who I aspire to be. If I could if I could get back into shape that fast, if I could go on a food bender like that, I don't have any vices besides food,
Yeah,
which is bad.
that is bad. I mean, like, it's one of the seven gluttony, dude. It's one of the seven deadly
Oh,
sins, dude. Like,
I gotta get in touch with something.
yeah, dude. I mean, I'll pray for you about it. So.
Oh, I have been, buddy. Yeah. I gotta find more God and less kitchen. That's for sure.
Yeah, whenever you feel the urge to eat after a meal, whenever you feel the urge to eat a second meal after your
Dude,
first meal, just read the Bible, and then that'll quench
gotta
your
do
just
something.
just yeah just
And the worst part is like in the summer, I like ate healthy. I like portioned out my meals. I cut like all candy. I didn't eat any ice cream or candy. I mean, on the weekends, because weekends aren't real days. But like during the week, I was like trying to eat healthy. And I felt so much better. I liked the way I looked. Like I felt good. I had way more energy. And then as soon as the days started getting short and it got dark early, it was demon hour. Oh my, I was like Batman. Anything went. As soon as the sun went down, is the purge, and I'm just housing candy. I bought, this big ass packs of Hershey bars, like fun size Hershey bars.
Hmm.
I bought those and then a whole thing of peanut butter instead of just Reese cups, so I could dip the chocolate in the peanut butter and eat it. I feel like White Goodman from Dodgeball. That's who I'm gonna
like
be.
at the end of the movie.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what's wrong with the American cinema. No, no, don't let me think. Just let me be entertained. My milkshake brings other boys. Yeah,
That's gonna be me.
that's good, dude. I hope that day never comes, but if it does, you deserve it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right, guys, that's an hour.
Oh,
Grant, final words.
Nothing,
Nothing.
per
This is good.
usual.
This is good. Love doing this with you guys. Cam, you?
Absolutely.
uh, sorry I was late, but I missed doing this, and I'm glad. I don't want school to start, but I am glad to get back in a routine where we can do this every week again.
Yeah, yeah. It's 2024. It's going to be a new year. I mean, me myself. I mean, we've highlighted it a few times today. If you or take away one thing from this episode, Eli wants to attain a Batman physique,
Yes,
And a
sir.
and
job.
By spring break.
also a job would be on the like a job on the horizons would be nice.
Yeah,
But Batman physique is number one. And
nice.
if I have to stalk the streets of Columbus and beat up criminals to do that, then so be it.
So be it.
I don't want to do that, but I guess if that's what it takes. Yeah, so keep that inside of you for next time, I guess. From everyone here at I'm No Genius, I am Eli. He is Grant, and he is Cam. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Everybody loves my baby, but my baby don't